Yeah, the mic's on. Marie, are you ready?
Hey, Jordan. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I don't know if they're ready, though.
Well, let's see.
Yes, we are back. It is amazing. I'm so glad. We're very, very sorry we weren't here last week, but today we are back. Yes.
Why
Big
wasn't we
blessing.
here last week, Jordan?
Okay. Marie, do you want to tell them why you wasn't here last week?
Unfortunately, I wasn't well.
Under the weather.
Yeah.
Boy,
I think it was like a 24-hour bug or something.
I'm gonna say, don't let Chef Ricardo hear that. You know, he'll be on your case,
I know.
boy. He be saying like you didn't take heed to the remedies and the concoctions.
And there's ones he's got on his page that he says, and the doctors, they won't tell you this one, you know, that it's good for you.
The doctors, big up Chef Ricardo, though. Big him up. How are you feeling now, Marie?
Much better. I had lots of rest, which is one of my favourite hobbies, to sleep. So I feel much better. Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. Rest is key.
Definitely.
Rest is very, very
ready
very
to go
key.
again.
So besides that, last week and stuff, how do you feel like now about how your week was, so to speak?
So far, my week has been fabulous, I must say. And I must say, as we're in September, I feel very positive, empowered, ready to soar, go forward.
New season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excitement.
Yeah. Higher heights.
Yeah.
Higher heights.
Yes.
You get into higher heights, yeah?
Yes.
But
I've been excited. I just feel that we're in September. The year's almost finishing. And I think we're going to a bit later. Because they were linking.
Yeah, we're linking.
Yeah.
We're linking.
But so how's your week been so far, Jordan?
Yeah, you know what? It was good. Last week I linked up with, some family members and I sat and watched them a certain series that some people watched on Netflix and stuff like that,
I'm in the process.
Yeah, and you know what? I haven't really watched that series since it was on telly, and since I haven't watched it, and people been like thinking like, Jordan, what are you, some dinosaur or something? Do you know what I mean?
See, I'm not as bad as you, Jordan, because I saw the previous series.
Yeah,
because I can tell you what happened in the last one.
I didn't even see that. So I was happy that I had that time to sit down and be with them, and yeah, man, it was good. It was good. Up. Yeah. And then
so can we say what the series is?
Yes.
Can we?
The series is Top Boy. Yeah. So yeah, it was good, man.
What was it?
Top Boy.
Oh. Do you know, every time I watch that and I see Kano, all I remember is P's and Q's.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all I remember. Every time I see him, I'm like, that's P's and Q's.
Yeah. I saw something that said that every time I hear Kano, it's like a tweet. It said something like, every time I hear Kano rap, I forget that he can act. Every time I see Kano act, I forget that he can rap, because he's just as good at both. I saw. But
I think the younger generation, they'll just think, oh, he's
an actor. Yeah. They don't even know. Yeah, Sully. Yeah,
Sunny. And
a gangster.
Yeah, they don't know about P's and Q's. And I was watching something on TikTok, and they were saying that a lot of people would know like Asher D for like Top Boy and other roles that he's played.
They don't know.
But they don't remember or know he was in So Solid Crew. Got to know,
They don't know about them.
Yeah,
them
multi-talented.
Yeah, they don't know about They Don't Know remix.
Yeah.
They don't know about my crew.
They don't know about my flow.
Big him up, Big him up.
Very talented.
Yeah. Proper.
Yes.
from the ends as well. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Coming from where we're from. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's why we should be excited, because these are our people from our community.
Yeah.
And
Facts.
I saw something else that I didn't realise, that Asher D was in Grange Hill.
Yeah. He's in some big films, you know.
Yeah, and he was with DMX in a movie with DMX as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. But he's in 50 Cent's film, Get Rich or Die Trying, you know.
Yeah, but he also was with DMX as well, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's been in bare things. What's it? Small Island. Small Island was on BBC.
He's been quite a few.
Yeah, big.
Yeah, he's doing really well.
Done loads of bits, man. Done loads of bits. So yeah, and a big him up.
Definitely.
But yes, Marie. Any birthdays?
No. It's a bit quiet at the moment. You know, for me, August was just like one after the other. Now they've just gone quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there isn't.
There isn't?
No.
Okay, no.
There isn't.
I had a good friend of mine from college. You know, I went to a birthday on the week. Was it on the weekend? Yeah, on the weekend. Yeah, on Sunday. Yeah. A friend of mine's 30th birthday from college, and that was really, really nice. You know what I mean? Saw a lot of old faces and stuff, which was a blessing. And
it's always nice to catch up, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially like people from different chapters of life. Do you know what I mean? So that was very good. So it was like a reunion in certain capacities. You know what I mean? So that was nice. But yeah, I've got another friend from college whose birthday was yesterday. Yeah, very inspirational. But she wasn't able to make it to that 30th on the weekend because she's expecting, like, she's very heavy, like about to drop any time now. Yeah. Her and her husband, they're doing great.
First?
No, then it's not. You know, they've been mathing with the babies. You know, they've been what's the word? Being fruitful
and motivated.
Oh, Larry. Yeah. So, and I big up my friend Sabrina. You know what I mean? She's from the heart of where we're from as well. So big up
Happy
Sabrina.
Birthday.
And you know what? It was one of my mentors' birthday as well. Her name is Aisha, and Aisha is one of the people who has taught me a lot within the K9 industry. And she's from up Liverpool. So when I've been up in Liverpool, she's been, you know, teaching me a lot of things, as well as her family-run business. You know, so vet surgery and K9 reproduction clinic. You know, so. Yeah, like a family. When you see a family all working together, like in that kind of establishment, it is very, very nice. You know what I mean? And they literally just took me in like a brother. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate them. But yeah, it's Aisha's birthday tomorrow, so want to big up Aisha. You know what I mean, for her birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday for tomorrow.
Yeah, but yeah. Marie, we have a song.
Oh yes. So I thought we would start evening talks with a lovely song, which is by one of my favorites. One of my favorite artists, which is Anthony Hamilton, My First Love.
I hate you were crying last. Now we've been through too much together, and that separates us from the rest. Now we're approaching up on stormy weather. Let's see what our love is made of. I hate you were crying last night. Said I should have been by your side, yeah. So girl, please, don't you leave me. And girl, don't just say goodbye. Now we've been through too much together, and we're approaching stormy weather. But girl, you're my first love. And no matter what the people say, I'm gonna love you anyway. Girl, you're my first love. Yeah.
Boy, I swear I think you're sacred, and I'm so thankful that you live. If I could take back all of the sorrow tonight, I'll replace it with kisses. You're the air that I breathe, oh, the perfect one for me. And baby, I refuse to let you go, and I refuse to let you leave. Now we've been through too much together, and we're approaching stormy weather. But boy, you're my first love. And no matter what the people say, I'm gonna love you anyway. Boy, you're my first love. Yeah, yeah.
And now we've been through too much together, and we're approaching stormy weather. You're my first love.
Yeah, no matter what people say,
No matter-
I'm gonna love you anyway. You're my first love.
Love.
My first love.
Yeah. Yeah. I will not let you go away.
I will not let you go away.
Say, I will not let you go away.
I will not let you go away. You're my
first love. You're my first love. You're my baby. My baby, baby, baby. The way that I love you. You're mine. You're my first love, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, the mic's on. Marie, are you ready?
Hey, Jordan. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I don't know if they're ready though.
Well, let's see.
Yes.
What a lovely song.
Mm.
I would suggest, this is just my suggestion,
Mm-hmm.
that when in your personal time, listen to some of Anthony Hamilton's music.
Mm-hmm.
It's so inspiring,
Mm-hmm.
encouraging. It speaks about, like your faith, what you're going through. It's so uplifting. He's like one of my favorites.
What was the song that we played? I think it was week number 2. Week number 2. Remember that one?
Yes.
I know I'm asking you to go back way back
I
now.
know.
Really,
And the
though.
thing is, I was listening to it the other day.
It's like a mellow tune. That one
Yeah.
is a nice tune as well. Anthony Hamilton tune. But
Yeah,
what tune is
it's
it?
just his voice and yeah.
Yeah, nah, salute, man. Salute,
Yeah,
salute,
definitely.
salute.
Actually, I'm gonna find it because I like that song as well. I need to remember. It's gone.
Proper tune,
Yeah.
man. Proper tune, proper tune, proper tune. Well, while Marie is looking
I think it's
for...
called "The Best of Me."
Oh, that's the
There.
one there. That's the one there. Best of Me.
Yes.
Might we'll have to run that back later for old time's sake as well,
Definitely.
if possible. Do you know what I mean? As we're wrapping up, but we're not wrapping up yet because we haven't unwrapped. Yeah,
No,
we
we
need to
haven't.
unwrap this one
Yes.
right here, right now.
Yes.
Yeah. So today, the topic we're going to be talking about is where are you now? Where are you on paper? Yeah. It's a self-evaluation.
Yes.
Yeah. This is about building our community. Yeah. This is about encouraging. Yeah.
It's another self-reflection.
Another self-reflection. The
'Cause
motto
we're in
hasn't.
September.
Come
now.
on, come on.
Yeah.
The motto hasn't changed.
Yes.
You know, we're still serving the community in the best way we can here. You know, and we're looking within ourselves right now to see how things really are. You know, a lot of things can just get disguised. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, because people can mask the truth. You know,
Of what's really going on.
of what's really going on, and I feel like a lot of people are able to do that with ease these days because
we're very good at acting.
Glary,
Yeah.
you know, faking it till we make it and
We
stuff
might
like
all
that.
need to audition for a Top Boy.
Glary,
Yeah.
I'm telling
Spin
you,
off.
spin off. You know what I mean? Because yeah, it's not always what it seems. Do you know what I mean? So we wanna look into that topic today, and I know it's going to be a very, very interesting one. I know that much, if I'm going to be honest. And even to, like, say, like, where are you now? Yeah. It's like, we're in the 9th month of the year. Do you know what I mean? So we can evaluate from the top of the year how things were and then look at where we are now and, you know, how much growth we may or may not have made. You know, for example, perhaps we've regressed, you know, perhaps we've gone back. Do you know what I mean? But regardless of if we've gone backwards, we want you to still go forwards. We want to encourage you to still go forwards.
As
do you
long
know
as
what I
you're
mean?
willing to continue to go forward, no matter what obstacle or pause you have made, it's about going forward again.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. That is exactly
And I just
what it's
think
about.
it's really important that we have this discussion today because, you know, most of us would say, oh, you know, the 31st of December,
Yeah.
going into the new year, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Why don't we put things into place now
Glary.
so that when you get to that stage before the new year happens, you're already in the process.
You're in the process. You're in the swing of
So
it.
it's not like you're going to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to start now and then within a couple of weeks, which sometimes does happen. Like, for example, if you want to go to the gym, you might fall off. If you start doing that now, you'd be really going hard.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. And the interesting point, you know, about in question, yeah, you know, about where are you on paper? That one is another deep one because then, you know, is a lot of evaluation because that's where it really matters because, you know, some people look the part for argument's sake, but, you know, there's imbalances, you know, because it's like perhaps they focused on looking the part more than being the part, for example. And it's a harsh one because you might be trying to keep up with the Joneses, for argument's sake, but perhaps you can't maintain what it takes to keep up with the Joneses. Keeping up with the Joneses might even be something you can attain, but it comes with a lot of stress if you're not there yet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you can do it and it's light work, then that's cool. But if it's not light work, then you
Stay
might
in your
want to you might want to evaluate, you know, you might want to reflect.
It's okay to stay in that slow lane sometimes.
And stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
It's
and then
okay.
when it's time to overtake, then you overtake. Do you know what I mean? But a lot of people, you know, ought to be in the slow at the moment according to what's going on in their life, but they're trying to be in the fast lane. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be an interesting one today as we start to, you know, look at where we actually are on paper. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to open the phone lines.
Yes.
Yeah. So we want to give the number out. So, because we want to hear some people's reactions.
Where they are.
Yeah, we want to hear where they are. Do you know what I mean? We want to hear your voice, you know, to say, you know, what you've been doing. Perhaps I don't know, perhaps you've recently done a course or you've done something that, you know, you're proud of. Perhaps you had to make a sacrifice, you know, or something like that, for argument's sake. You know, we want to hear a little bit about, you know, where you are now and what mindset you have at the moment, so we can spark a nice, healthy discussion. Do you know what I mean? With where we actually are now. So, the number to call, 073 79 529 412. I'll repeat it again. Or let me read. You can repeat. You can repeat that.
So the number is 07379 529 412.
That's the number to call. That's the number to call. So, yeah, we want to hear your views. We want to hear, you know, your standpoints. We want to hear what's going on, you know, in your life. Perhaps.
Well,
you know,
not personally.
well,
But,
no,
you know,
not in your life, but
just
if
you know,
there's an encouraging
surface.
testimony,
Yes,
I
thank
mean,
you.
about where you are now and,
Yes.
you know, how you want to go about moving forward, you know, because there's a lot of things that we want to address, because what we don't want is for anyone to be living aimlessly. Hell, Larry. Marie, do you want to touch on, you know, what it could be said to be if people are living an aimless life, or they're living aimlessly at the moment, for example?
It's like living aimlessly. It's like you're not fulfilling your purpose on the earth. For example, you know, whatever you was doing, September 2022, are you still doing that now? And I don't mean this in the positive aspects. I mean, well, yeah, I'm just going to say how it was, Jordan. Like I said to you the other day. Yeah. So last year, if you was a professional narcissist, September 2022,
Larry.
we're in September 2023.
Larry.
Are you still that professional narcissist?
Larry.
Because personally, you should have broke out of that already. Because we're going forward positively, aren't we?
Yeah.
Aimless means that, oh,
We've
there's somebody on the phone.
Hell, Larry. Let's see who we have calling the phone line right now. So we're just gonna connect up and we'll be able to hear you. Oh, they
Okay,
hanged up.
call
Okay,
out, please.
no problem.
Call back.
099. Oh, the 099.
We'll call back shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
people.
So aimlessly means, for example, sometimes as individuals, we can get ourselves into patterns, which is not very productive. So you're doing the same cycle every year and you're not making any progress in your life. It could be as,
Oh, phone's ringing again. Oh, Clary.
hello.
Hello.
Good
Hi,
evening,
Jenny.
Jenny.
Good evening. Oh. Wait. Oh,
Speak
Jenny.
up, please.
Oh, wait. Just.
Me?
Yeah,
Yes,
we can hear
yes,
you.
yes,
Is that
yes.
better, yeah?
Yeah,
Now
much
we can hear you
better.
now, Jenny. We can hear you perfectly.
Loud and clear.
Clear.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Perfect.
good evening, guys.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening. So, yeah, I think your topic, I was listening in what you was actually saying, and I'd like to share. So I thought I'd call in to share.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
So
you.
my perspective, you discussed about people keeping up with the Joneses and who are they listening to. And for me, I'm a person who is heavily into self-development. I've been into self-development. It's probably been, my journey's probably been the last sort of 4 years. And prior to that was trying to get into self-development, but I felt like I didn't have the right people around me in terms of reading the books, but not having people in the circle that were really into that kind of self-development thing back then.
Yeah.
So of late, recently, the past 4 years, I discovered my purpose. I'm now a parent and teen coach. So I'm a mum to twin girls who are now 26. And I've always worked with young people for well over 20 years and decided when I went on my journey, actually, this is my purpose. I'm always helping young people, but then why don't I go one step to help the parents?
Yes.
Now-
Come on.
Obviously, where we are now with young people, you know, teenagers, we're in a different generation, you know, different from when I was growing up. And a lot of the young people today, they're listening to social media, you know, and again, you know, that really brings back to who are you listening to? Who are you listening to?
Yeah.
So the way that I support these young people, because I coach them, and I always say to them, you've got people that come on social media and they talk about faking it till they make it.
Yeah.
Now, for me, it's not about faking it till you make it, because you're going to get found out and you start to get really drained when you're trying to keep up with everybody.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
that
yeah.
person says, you know, for instance, there's been something that's been going around on social media for quite some time where you hear a lot of the gurus, sleep is for lazy people. I'll sleep when I'm dead. That's one example that I've come across quite a lot. And what that tends to do, if you're not a person that knows yourself and knows who to listen to, you may start picking up on what people are doing on social media and what they're saying and taking that as gospel.
Yep.
So I always say to the young people, it's not bad to listen to advice and guidance, but think about where is that guidance coming from? Where is that support and advice coming from? Because at the end of the day, you could have 10 people with the same opinion or different opinion, and now you're all confused.
Yep.
And for me, it's about making sure that you're tapping into somebody who you know has that experience. So for example, if you hurt your leg, you're not going to ring up the dentist, are you?
No.
No.
All right.
No.
So my example is like a lot of us, some of us, not all of us, but some of us, if we're having, for example, relationship problems, then we tend to probably get on the phone to maybe our friend, sister, mum, what have you. And maybe those people, I wouldn't say maybe, those people care about you, but then we need to look at what's happening for them. Are they the kind of person that you're going to go to because they know that subject, or they're going through that, or for example, they've got a solid relationship which they're able to speak into your life and give you that information. So again, it all relates back to what you were talking about. Whose voice are you listening to? And I think what happens is that we get so confused. You know, if we run a business, we want all our friends and our family to support us, which is great in hindsight, but may not be on the journey with you. They might not have the right mindset as you. So you might decide to set up a business, and you might say to them, do you think this is a good idea? And they might say no. And if you're not strong within your mindset, you may listen to them.
Yeah.
And this is something that I'm speaking from experience. My daughter, one of my daughters, they're twins, they're 26. When I decided that I was going to start my coaching business as a parent and teen coach, I said to my daughter 4 years ago, do you think it's a good idea that I start this business? And she responded, no, mum. No young person's going to want to listen to you chat their business. They're not going to listen to you, mum. So I turned around and said to her, thanks for your opinion, but you know what, Rihanna, I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. And since then, I've been doing this for 4 years, and you know, the doors have really opened for me in terms of the support and the impact that I have. So again, you know, that's my daughter, who I value her opinion. And at one point, I'm not ashamed to say that I would run a lot of things by my daughters, even though they're younger than me. And that again is me looking for external validation.
Yeah, that's deep, you know.
So
That's deep.
So I only started to get more confident when I embarked on my self-development journey and invested in a coach who helped me with my mindset. Because I thought I was that person that was really confident, which I did seem on the outset. But internally, there was a lot going on. For example, me listening to external validation. And I used to be that person that would ring up and say, I'd ring this person, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but perhaps the people that I'm asking are not qualified to be able to speak into my life and give me that, guidance and support that I need.
Come on.
Moving forward now, I have, I have family, I have friends, I have people that I know that if for any reason in any of my life that I need any guidance or support, I know who to call. And it's not saying that, it's a bad thing where I'm saying I'm not going to call Peter, or I'm not going to call Jane. But I know that Peter might be able to help me with my business, and Jane might be able to, she's spurred on in terms of relationships and things like that. She may be able to give me that advice that I need. And that's why
like you've identified who can, in what areas, who are people can speak into your life. That's got the experience, that's got that encouragement and the knowledge. Because,
So you got a village now, you got a village.
For different areas.
You
got a village. I'm saying, Jenny, you got a village.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I have got a village. When I started on my self-development journey, and people, when I say this, people think I'm crazy, but I invested in a coach for every area of my life. So I'm talking a health coach, a relationship coach, business mentor, you name it. And these were investments. These are investments. I don't say that they're expensive, but I looked at it as investments. Investing in these coaches and mentors helped me in terms of my skill set and also my mindset, which then meant that for me, I had to sacrifice certain things like holidays,
Come on, no, it's true. No, it's true.
Because you're invested
in yourself and your mindset.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, speak it.
Because I always say that anybody can take anything away from me. Even if my business, for whatever reason, didn't go well, you can't take away my mind. Your mind is your greatest asset.
Come on.
A lot of us don't seem to think about that. We don't mind that we have to spend money on a car, a holiday. And again, these things, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you are saying to yourself that actually, I'm not going to buy that because it's too expensive, what you're telling yourself is that you don't value yourself. That you would rather probably buy a handbag or a car. And again, as I said, there's nothing wrong with buying these things and treating yourself, and everybody knows what their limits are. But when it comes to investing in your mind, why not add value to that as you would add value if you were going on holiday?
Come on.
Because that's something they can't take away. You can get a car, you can go on holiday anytime. For me, I sacrificed. I hadn't been on holiday for 5 years. I went on holiday quite recently. But prior to that, I hadn't been on holiday for 5 years. Yes, we had COVID, but after COVID, I still said no. There are things that I need to do in terms of my mindset, and there's certain programs that I want to invest in that I'm actually going to sacrifice that, and I'm going to do that. And now me doing that, I'm able to impact the lives of many people,
others.
parents and teenagers,
Come
because for me, my goals are attached to people. So if my goals are attached to people, I have to level up.
Yes, 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 yes.
So that was a sacrifice. It wasn't me saying, oh, look at me, I'm buying all these programs. It was actually your goals are attached to people. So you need to get to a point where if you're supporting families, right? So you have to make sure that you're at your best in terms of your mind mentally and also physically, because at one point my health wasn't where it needed to be.
Right.
So then I had to embark on having a health coach and making sure that I'm at the best where I need to be in terms of my mind and physically as well.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Come on, come on. This is powerful. This is
definitely.
powerful stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to like take the accountability, you know, where you've had to get mentors for different areas of your life. You know, that's powerful within itself, because some people just get one, you know, but to get one to cover your business side of things.
there's different sides to you.
Yeah.
So that would make sense to have different mentors for different
precisely.
areas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the sacrifice that comes with it as well. Saying, you know what, I'm not gonna have a holiday. I'm not gonna, you know, do certain things, because it's so true. Anything can happen to that vehicle. You know, anything can happen to, you know, a family member of mine has had a little issue where he has forgot to lock his car doors. Yeah. So he'll get in the car, get out the car, and when he's parked up outside his house, he forgets to press the button to lock the car. That's right. And sometimes you're distracted. You come out the car, you're on your phone, you know, those kind of things.
Yeah, yeah.
And best believe that he's had some expensive sneakers stolen out of the car because the car wasn't locked. Oh, Clary. Yeah. Now, the other day, he was like, do you know what? This has happened a good few times now, and it's embarrassing. I can't even tell people that I forgot to lock the car, and then the goods have gone. Yeah, because they're in the boot or what have you. Yeah, and it's obviously someone in the neighborhood that is doing it come a certain time late when they're thinking, yeah, his car's open. Yeah,
I've probably seen him come out.
Yeah. And then I wait a few hours and then be like, yeah, let me give it a crack now. Yeah, but he said, I'm not going to replace them. You know why? Because I'm investing in myself. I'm investing in my mind. I'm not even going to bother replace them right now. He said, I could, but there's no point right now, because the goal at hand is more important than going to replace those sneakers. Because they say, he's like, yeah, well, what's going to happen? That they're going to come and they're going to go. Yeah. He said, no. I need to invest in myself. And it's very important when it's like you've taken certain financial losses, if you like, you know, with materials or things that, you know, were expensive, but it's not really adding a life lesson to you, but you've chucked a fair bit of bob into it. Do you know what I mean? But like Jenny said, investing in the mindset, no one can take that from you. No one can confiscate that. That is absolutely powerful.
I think that's something that a lot of us in our community really need to invest in, our mindset.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us as individuals, there's so many people I speak to on a daily basis, and everybody's coming from some level of brokenness that has kind of shaped the way they're thinking to certain results of are manifesting now in their lives.
Yeah.
So they do need to be coached to renew the mind and to get them in a pattern of thinking differently in order to get a different result and to move forward and to step into their purpose as well.
Definitely. And you know, another valid point that Jenny just gave us as well was about the validation from others. A lot of the time you will, you know, phone someone and say, oh, what do you think of this? Or what do you think of that? But if they don't say it's yay and amen, then it makes you deflate if you're not in the right place. So it's very true, and it's very honest, and we want to thank you, Jenny, as well, for even admitting and saying, like, I
because even us as
speak to
adults,
my daughters,
we do that as well.
Yeah, of course.
When we're not like 100% like, oh, should I do this? Let me see what someone such and such would say. And if you're in, as I would say, come see, come sa, in the middle, and someone goes, no, I don't think you should do it, that's it. You're not going to do it. So, you have to have that belief within yourself that, you know what, I can.
Definitely.
And actually speak to the right people
Definitely.
that can help you to advance in that area.
Definitely. It's powerful.
Yeah.
Very, very, very powerful. And Jenny, I know you said you've got like loads of experience, you know, with being a life coach and stuff like that. Feel free to, you know, mention your business here now so we know where to find you and stuff like that. So yeah, you can let us know maybe your social handles, or anything that you might want us to know, if there is any, then we can circulate that within our community as well.
Lovely, thank you, Jordan. So yeah, so you can get me on my Instagram, which is Jen Beckford1, and also on Greater Elevation, which is my coaching business.
Excellent.
And also on Facebook under Jenny Beckford.
Excellent.
I also support parents of teenagers because I'm a parent and teen coach. So I have a Facebook community of parents. I think we're up to about 650 now.
Lovely.
Where the parents can receive free support in terms of resources, video training for myself. And they're able to access that and have access to myself as well. So I've got that element. Excellent. I also provide coaching for teenagers. I do group coaching, one-to-one coaching, deliver workshops in schools and organisations as well. So anybody feel free to reach out on Instagram or Facebook. I'm able to provide that support.
Excellent. And just before you go, Jenny, do you have like any resources or any books that you think would be good for us to, you know, tune into, or any particular authors, or you know what I mean, just to kind of leave? Because one thing we have noticed is that with the community on Just Cool Radio and the community on Evening Talks, when we have our shows, the listeners speak amongst themselves sometimes, like in the comments on the TikTok. Do you know what I mean? So with that being said, you know, you can drop a book in the comments or an author in the comments, and someone will, you know, go and do some research of their own kind of thing. So if you have any gems or any people you want to recommend for us, then we will take note.
Yeah, definitely. One book that comes to mind in terms of habits, Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's a really good book, I would say, in terms of helping you with your habits. And it talks about starting off small and then moving up bigger. Because sometimes we want to, I'll give you a quick example. Yeah. For instance, we had COVID and a lot of us never went to the gym. The gym was closed down. Yeah. Right? Now we're back out. The gym is open. Now, a lot of us, some of us hadn't been to the gym for quite some time. And what we tend to do is say, right, I'm going back to the gym and I'm going to go back 5 days for the week. Now, I always say when I'm coaching, don't set yourself up to fail. Why not just say, I'm going to get back into the gym. I'm going to go for 1 hour on a Monday and I'm going to build up. Yeah. Yes. Because realistic what we tend to do, I used to do it. I used to want to start, I'm going to do this. And before I know it, I've set myself up to fail. Yeah. And it's even little things like saving. You know, people may think that, what's it worth of me saving £20 a month? There's something called the compound effect, but I won't get into that. But that's another good book as well, the Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Yeah, that's a very good book. But what I'll do is I'll type it in our Instagram chat. Yeah, Instagram. Please. Yes. Yeah. But it's about starting small and then building up. Yes. Do you know what I mean? If you put that £20 away every month, you do a standing order. Before you know it, you've forgotten about it. Before you know it, wow, I've got £200, £100. Yeah. So for me, it's about those two books are kind of, I would say, paramount to where my self-development journey started in terms of habits and getting myself consistent and being able to set disciplines for certain areas in my life. So those are two books that come into mind that I will type in the chat for you both.
Wonderful. Lovely. Well, I am just over the moon for your contribution.
Thank you so much.
That has really been amazing. Guys,
and keep up the good work.
We shall. Thank you so much, and we'll be in touch with you soon.
Lovely. Thank you
so much. Have a blessed evening. See you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Food for thought.
Wonderful. Yeah. I'm telling you, layers. There was layers to that contribution. There was layers to it, you know. Absolutely amazing. So yes, wanna salute to Jenny Beckford, who
And it
came
reminds
through.
me of a conversation that we had during the week as well, Jordan, about, you know, not allowing everybody to speak into your life. And,
Come on.
you know, there's like different areas. Like, for example, if I want to speak to someone because I want to start saving, I'm not going to speak to someone I like spending who doesn't know how to save money.
Come on. What's the point? It's counter. That's counterproductive.
So it's like you're putting people into like categories. That's where they can support you, isn't it? If you're going to start studying, you are not going to speak to your studying with your friend who wants to rave all the time.
No.
They're not going to understand
They're not
about
gonna
you
get
making that sacrifice, are they?
No, they're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
They're not gonna get it. So yeah, it's deep, man. It's deep. We have to put ourselves in conducive environments.
Definitely.
You know, we definitely put ourselves in conducive environments. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that we be deliberate about it. And it's true, not everyone can speak into your life. And I'm looking into the camera now. Not everyone can speak into your life because
Or shouldn't have the legal right to speak into your life.
They definitely shouldn't, because not everyone is on our page. I just got a comment that is can you see it, Marie?
Yes.
On Instagram. That is funny. From MPD official. Them crepes are cold still. Oh my gosh, and that is funny. They were a gift. You know what I mean? They were a gift for my brother. You know what I mean? That is funny. Atomic Habits, yeah, from James Clear. Yes, I want to look into that. And yes, it's true, Jenny. Not everyone is qualified. And what I was going to say as well is we ought to really be firm and stern when people want to come and chat whatever to you about what you do. Yeah? So let's say, for example...
And I'm sorry to cut you, Jordan. Sometimes the people that will come that wants to speak into your life, do you know, like, they don't even have the confidence to do what you're planning to do.
They don't even have the confidence more time.
Yeah.
Like, this is the
well,
worst
if I
thing.
was you, well, you're not me.
Yeah,
sis.
yeah. You're not me. And for the fact that you're not me, and you know this gift wasn't given unto you, okay? You can't be talking about my gift, like it didn't come from God, okay? Yeah, because if you look at it, for example, you might have someone say, all right, let's say, for example, someone has got a business and they bake cupcakes, for example, yeah? And then you get someone who knows you turn around and go, oh, how's your little cupcakes thing going? He's still doing it. These times...
That already, you see that little speech there?
Yeah.
That already, if I was a baker, hearing someone say that, the look... that I would give, because I'm like, you're not rating my gift, my business that I'm doing. It's like, sounds like you're on it. Hating.
Haterade.
Yeah. It just didn't sound very encouraging. Your little.
Yeah. Because that's the kind of stuff that people will say. Yeah. How's your little
Local?
Yeah. Getting on. You're still doing it. But that's the kind of stuff that people will say. Now, because people at the time think, oh, let me avoid conflict, they might just let that comment slide.
Or just laugh it off.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right. No, we're not sliding to the left, and we're not sliding to the flipping right. Yeah? You have to pull them up there and then. Yeah? Because if we're talking about your gift, that is not something. No, it's not little. Yeah, because it comes from God. Yeah, that is not something to be playing with. Yeah, that is like, and even if it's not a gift per se, but it's a talent. Yeah, and it's something that you've worked on, or it's a qualification, something that you've worked on. Yeah, it shouldn't be disrespected, said way. you understand? So for anyone out there who has got a gift, natural gift, that you know that gift is from God, a talent, that you've worked upon, talent that come from God, or an achievement, a qualification, don't let these busters come talk about your small this or your little that, because it's not little.
It's big.
It's a big deal.
But also learn to celebrate yourself first.
Oh, glory.
No, you have to.
Yeah.
You know, you hear that saying that you have to be your first cheerleader. Like sometimes the things that I do, like this year, I think I've done so much. Sometimes I forget because I'm just like, all right, cool, that's done. Let's keep it going. But this is why when someone's like, oh, you know, is that it? Sorry. Excuse me. Listen, don't let me even start. You know,
you've been clapping the things them out, Marie.
Yeah.
You've been clapping it out because it's been deliberate.
Yeah.
You're gonna be having people just come.
But deliberately, I've made sure that those who I know are encouraging in different areas where I need it, I've got them there. If you're coming with negativity, goodbye.
Out of it.
Yeah, because when you're being focused on your purpose and on your journey, there's going to be periods where it's going to be hard. There's going to be times where you're going to feel like, can I really do this? You would doubt yourself. So you do not need any naysayers around you.
No.
And one thing that I'm actually getting into that I find really interesting is the mind. The mind. Why are you laughing, Jordan?
Because Marie talks about the mind a lot, and also, you want to know how and why, you know, people got to these conclusions. But yes, go on.
Because
take it away.
I believe that we don't use all of our brains, but then it's like
use about 5%.
Exactly. So what are we doing with the rest?
What are we doing with the rest of?
But then it's like when I see people's actions and behaviors, my favorite thing is, but why would you do that? So I would like to understand the thought process, the ideology behind that, because you didn't wake up to be a shade of crazy this morning.
No.
So where did the shade of crazy start from? Do we need to go back to childhood? What did your mum and dad do? And I don't mean that in a patronizing way, but there are behaviors and mindset that we have picked up from our primary carers, whether it was our parents, you know, or the adults that we grew up around, which doesn't mean it's the correct way of proceeding forward. And that's why you might see our behaviors come out in different ways.
That's right.
And for me, it's like, well, so if that's what you've learned, it's helping that individual to analyze and say, well, do you think that's the best way to respond to that? Do you think that's the best way of seeing things? And if not, how do you think that can be reversed? It's like helping to renew the mind, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And that's why I do agree with Jenny about getting a mentor and a coach, isn't it? We have to renew our thinking. And as she said, regarding sometimes we can listen to different motivational things via Instagram or whatsoever, but you still have to be careful of where it's coming from.
You must test the spirit.
Definitely.
You must test the spirit.
Yeah. It's not everything you must be jumping on because it sounds good. Not everything that is nice to the air is good for you.
Not everything that glitters is gold. Yeah. Not everything that glitters is gold. So we must be paying attention to it, because a lot of people come say things and it's positive, you know, or there's elements of it that sound right, you know, but when you test it now, you realize it's not what it seems. You know, it's not what it says on the tin. So we have to be very, very careful.
But that's, sorry, John, but if you use, I always say to like my close circle of friends, when people are speaking, listen to what's being said, to what they're not saying and what they're really saying. Because that's when you start to tap into different angles of your brain.
Yeah.
Because you're hearing a conversation, but there's 2 other conversations going on as well. There's 3 conversations if you listen carefully. And then you would get to say, hold on. Okay, you said that, but you said something else. Something's not right. You will start to realize, maybe I should just leave this one. Yeah.
It's not a game. It is very important. Jenny Beckford said, "Be your own cheerleader."
Definitely.
Yeah, be your own cheerleader, and that is something that we want to heavily encourage everyone to do. Yeah, be your own cheerleader. You know, be your own your own personal trainer. You know, be your own whatever it is. Yeah.
You know what it's just
To
saying that,
lift
Jordan?
you up, you know what I mean?
It's like a song that's just coming to my mind. There's a song I used to listen to. I think it's by Donald Lawrence. It's a gospel
Oh,
song
yeah.
where it says, "Speak over yourself,
Yes,
encourage
yes,
yourself
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
Lord,"
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Come
you're
on.
speaking. Remember, words are powerful. So, if you say a bad word, you're speaking the curses into yourself. Why would you do that? So, speak life.
Yeah.
Speak it often.
Yes.
If someone says you're this, no, I'm not.
Yeah. We have to be very deliberate. But you know what?
Yeah.
You see, on the, you know, going back to Jenny's point about being your own cheerleader, I am going to be open and honest. Yeah, I have noticed where I haven't really been the most kind to myself. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't critique, you know, what you do and stuff like that, because we must, you know, but we also need to be very mindful of how we're, you know, treating ourselves in our personal time, how, you know, the relationship we
With
have with
yourself,
ourselves
not to neglect yourself.
you know, our well-being on a day-to-day and our decision making, because that is the other thing that is heavily impacted. Now, before I came on air today, I had a conversation with a very, very dear friend, yeah, and this dear friend is very talented, is a host, has got experience on the radio, hosting their own show, hosting events, and I'm talking large events, throwing large parties as well, you know, hosting games events, you know, so many things, yeah. And something came up, and you know, she said, "Oh, I think this will be a good idea, but I don't know if I should bother because, you know, I just got a bit of self-doubt." So I said, "Whoa, yo, pull up that, yeah, self-doubt. That's what you told yourself. That's not what someone else told you, because those parties that you're doing are well attended. The radio shows that you're doing are heavily, you know, listened to. You know, all of these, you know, the games events and, you know, all of the stuff that you're doing with these large venues and stuff like that, they are well attended, well marketed, and you appear to be very strong and very confident in your delivery and in what you're doing. But what I've noticed is that because that side of things might kind of seem a bit like autopilot, there might be another side where it's like, oh, that might be a bit more difficult. I'll give an example on this. I might, for example, get an opportunity to do a poem somewhere at an event, and maybe there's going to be, I don't know, a lot of people, yeah? Let's say it's 1,000 people, no problem. 10,000 people, no problem, yeah? If we're talking big stadium, 90,000 people, no problem. It doesn't matter the number, because I'm confident in my craft and I will do what I will do, you know, in the best standard I possibly can, yeah? Because I'm very confident in that, in my craft. But let's say, for example, there was a job opportunity that came up, yeah? I've noticed myself hesitate, yeah? And be like, whoa, yeah? Maybe I can't really apply for that one because, you know, my qualifications or da-da-da or da-da-da. You might start doubting yourself, yeah? But remember, it's a self-doubt, Larry. It's not that someone said, yeah, idiot, yeah? Because if they said, oh,
And
you're
even though
idiot,
there's a self-doubt, as I was saying, I said to other people as well, the most people can say to you is no.
Yeah, come on.
Just no.
Come on.
Which
the most they can
means
say.
you don't see that necessarily as a negative thing. It could just mean maybe right now is not the timing.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe that's not what God has for you right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean that you cannot do that going forward.
That's right. That's right. So we have to be very deliberate, you know, because if you're sat down overthinking, you know, going over the negatives of, you know, what if it doesn't work and, you know, all this kind of stuff.
You're going to think yourself out of it.
You're going to talk yourself out of it. You're
Yeah.
going to talk yourself out of it. And then you're going to have to read Atomic Habits a couple times over again.
To renew the mind
To renew
again.
the mind. Oh, Larry. Yeah. Then you have to
and then probably listen to this
come
episode of
on.
Evening
Come
Talks
on,
as
come
well.
on, come on. You have to listen to Jenny's speech again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to go on Google and type in, you know, Bible scriptures and thing to, you know, raise your spirits. Yeah. Because it's a battle that is within the mind. Yeah. It's not easy. It's not easy. But
Well, the mind is a battlefield.
it is a battlefield. It is a
Yeah.
battlefield. And, you know, it's fine if the mind has mess, but it's not about the mess staying there or the mess getting worse. It's about us powering through, and then we can elevate, you know, and we can push through, because we can pass up on a lot of great opportunities when we're self-doubting. If you have a confident man and you have a man that is hesitating and self-doubting, the man who's confident is going to go for the opportunity. Yeah. Confidence alone can open a door. Yeah. Alone can open a door. Yeah. But the man who is hesitating might be more qualified. For example, he might be more fit for the role for what he actually has, but he might limit himself and then not go and miss the opportunity. Then be crying all in his head about Jaja. Yeah. Yeah. But Jaja was telling you to go ahead. Yeah. God told you. Yeah. God told you. Yeah, go for this.
And I think with the mindset as well, as you begin to renew your mindset in whatever way as an individual you think is best for you, this is a thing that if you start it today, it's an ongoing process. You cannot stop it, because if once you stop your new process and you allow old ways to go back in, you're going to end up going back to zero again. So it's like a new way of living now.
Yeah.
It's just like if you
100%.
start going to the gym, that's part of your life now. So every day, that's part of your routine. This has to be part of your routine now. Yeah.
Just on that note there, I'm going to touch on this, and I know we touched on this the other day as well, but as we're on this topic here, and we're on about renewing the mind, you know, and we're talking about helping, I'm going to read the scripture again. Romans 12 and verse 2, yeah? It says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God." So
read it again, Jordan.
let me read the New King. Sorry, the New King, because I'm there talking about ye. Yeah, not everyone likes the ye. Yeah. New King James. It says, "And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed."
So sorry, before you continue, conform.
Okay.
Should we define that a little bit now?
Yes.
So
yes.
conform can be defined as not to begin to think like how the world thinks, which could be anything can flow.
Yeah.
So you have to have more discipline with your mind in this aspect. Is talking about from the Bible perspective, isn't it? So it says not to be conformed. I can't see Jordan.
Oh my God! I thought you had on the reading glasses
I
today.
can't still. I know. I have to get these ones tested. I couldn't even see it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be the reader. I'll
Yeah.
be the reader. So,
But from that aspect, from the Bible, it's saying how the world is thinking. So the way how the world is behaving, defining things, not to have your mind thinking in that way. You can read your definition, Jordan,
this
as
is
I
funny.
cannot see.
This is
Specsavers, I'll be there
This
tomorrow,
is
9 a.m.
funny. And some carrots.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
That is funny. So when I look on Google, the word conform, it says comply with rules, standards, or laws. Yeah. Kitchen does not conform to hygiene regulations. Yeah, for example, it doesn't comply with it. Of a person, it says behave accordingly to socially acceptable
A worldly
conventions,
behavior.
or standards.
Yes.
Yeah, the pressure to conform. Yeah, so that's what it's saying. Yeah, in that kind of aspect. So if we're looking at it like that, we're talking about behaving to what's socially acceptable.
A
Yeah?
worldly
Lyrics.
standards of behavior.
Lyrics. Yeah?
Yeah.
But that is what we're talking about when we're talking about conforming. So the first part of the sentence says, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed. That's a serious instruction, you know. Don't conform. Don't be conformed.
Socially accepted.
Don't be Don't run off and copy. Don't be a copycat. To what's going on out there.
Or peer pressured.
But be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Yeah. That alone within itself.
But from
is
this aspect, it's biblically being transformed. So it's using the word of God to begin to renew your mindset, renew your spirit. So you're no longer doing what is socially accepted, but you're doing it on a level that's more pleasing in God's sight, which will lead you to be more effective and walking more into your purpose.
Oh, glory. Yeah, that is precision. Yeah, that is precisely what we're discussing here, you know, because we're talking about renewing our minds. We're talking about renewing our minds so we can activate our gifts, our talents, that we can walk in our purpose, and not just going with the flow. Sometimes conforming is going with the flow. If the majority are going in that direction, but your purpose is causing you to go in that direction,
You have to go
the other direction. You can't just conform.
Whether people understand it or not.
100%.
And that's another thing as well, that your gift and your purpose, however you're being led to go, not everybody's going to understand it.
100%.
Sometimes you may never know exactly how it's going to go, but it's about you believing in what you're being called or led to do.
100%. I just want to quickly shout out Maxine Cakes.
Hey, Maxine.
Yeah, Maxine sat with us, and she gave us some powerful gems when Maxine came on Evening Talk. So I want to say love to you and the family over there in East London, doing amazing work, and I think it'll be good if Jenny and Maxine can even touch base as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be very, very good. And we want to shout out everyone else in the live as well. We want to thank you for your contributions and, the engagement. We've got TikTok going, we've got Instagram live going, people are engaging and touching base with us. So we want to thank everyone for the love hearts and the flowers and all of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Always blessed. We want to shout you out as well. Another person who has engaged with us.
In our
previous ones as well.
Yeah.
So big salute. And we are covering the topic of where are you on paper? Yeah, where are you on paper? Like, where do we actually stand? Yeah, this is what we want to be talking about. So even with Instagram versus reality, Jenny touched on that amazingly as well, and it's funny because even, for example, social media, a lot of people go on social media and waste a lot of time and then wonder why they're not where they want to be, because they can take up a lot of time being on there, scrolling, socializing,
I've done that. I
window
just
shopping. We're all
went.
guilty of it. I'm
I
not
went
saying
on
it from
TikTok the other
some
night
self-righteous place.
just to
you know.
go up, and next thing I knew, it was like 2 hours later.
Yeah, you gotta stop yourself. You gotta log out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
like
okay.
you gotta log out. Remember, I said I had to put the
timer.
on
Yeah.
there. Yeah, but it's like that 10 minutes sometimes come like the snooze button. Yeah, it's like 10 minutes comes, I press whatever, and then we go again, kind of thing. Then you know what I mean, go again. So yeah. It's not ideal. Do you know what I mean? So there's things that we got to put in place to ensure.
I think we have to become more disciplined.
Yeah, of course.
Very intentionally disciplined.
Yeah, 100%.
You have to.
You have to, because if we don't, yeah, and then we start looking at where we are on paper, yeah, not on Instagram, where we are on paper, like you said, Marie, pensions, you know, depending on what
Lockbox.
age,
Has anybody
people-
started their lockbox? We're in September. You know, I've just sent my special K back to school, and her uniform, she's just one child, was not the cheapest. And I know that as the weeks go on, I know that she's going to need like winter trousers. And so have you began saving for next year? Whether it's to help with play scheme next year, so children are doing something creative and active during the summertime. You know, you, as I said, you know, it's 12 months, the lockbox. Have you started, even if it's £20, £10, it's better than nothing.
Better than nothing. Yeah. You'll be surprised what you end up with, like, come towards the end. And so, though I mentioned pensions, there's been obviously a lot going on in the news about pensions and, you know, what effects that has. When I say pensions, or when Marie's talking about pensions, ideally we're talking about your fund, you know, your retirement fund. That's what we're basically talking about. You know, we're not telling you to, you know, go into this pension or go into that pension, but we're talking about your retirement fund. So,
which is an individual decision you have to make. As we always say, we are here to inform you guys, but you have to go away and do your own research and see what is, you know, right for you as an individual. But food for thought, have you been sorting out your pension?
Investments, you know, Jenny was talking about investing in, you know, courses, for example, to elevate, you know, to maximize her full potential, so she can go on to higher heights. You know what I mean? In her expertise and in her field. Do you know what I mean? We spoke about insurance, you know, a few weeks ago. You know, all of these kind of things. Yeah, funeral plans, all these kind of stuff. Because on paper, it can all look good. You know what I mean? So not on paper, on Instagram rather. I mean, it can all look good, yeah. But in reality, a lot of this stuff isn't in place, yeah. Where it should be in place for a lot of people, for argument's sake, you know. So,
and none of us know what tomorrow will bring.
Yeah.
And I'm a mother, and you know, I give God thanks. I'm here today, and I pray He's got more life for me. But tomorrow, I don't know what can happen. I wouldn't like to know that I've left a burden on my children. So, and even though my sons are grown, you still don't want to leave that on your grown children, because they also got to be preparing for themselves and when they begin their family as well. So, as I said, you know, just as Jenny said, you don't need to start big. You can start small and just allow it to just build.
100%.
Just allow it to build.
100%. These are some of the things that we want to actually look at. Do you know what I mean? What we want to actually look at. Because, like, for example, if you're at home, you know, if you're someone who's living at home with family and stuff like that, you might think, oh, do you know what? It's better for me to be at home because out there is expensive. I'm going to save up to get a house or something like that. But how much are we working towards that goal? For example, some people might be trying. I'm not talking about the people that's trying. I'm talking about the people who's wasting their financial resources and then wondering why they're not making progress to get to where they want to get to. You know, that goal of them having their own place, for argument's sake. Do you know what I mean? We're
And
not talking
take
about
full
people.
advantage that if you are, it doesn't matter how old you are, if you are living with someone to you able to raise enough funds to purchase your own, make sure you are saving. Don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
Because you
Definitely.
can never know. You might just hear something on the news that said, well, it's the cheapest ever. You might get a house at half of what you was willing to pay.
You never know.
So never lose focus on what you're doing.
That's right. It's very, very, very important. Very important. Very important. And even Marie, the question that you threw out there, I don't know. Can you see this one?
I know I need to go Specsavers. It's really bad. Okay.
Oh my God.
So the question is,
God.
how far are you with your goals this year? That's really bad, you know.
Really? Oh God.
I know you would have thought that because I've got the glass and I'll be able to see a bit. Yeah, tomorrow, Susie Q at Specsavers. I'm coming to see you.
Specsavers.
Yeah. Let's just don't hope I don't come and it's with the thickest lens.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So, yeah. How far are you with your goals for this year?
What?
You know?
Go on.
When-
I'll ask a question after. Go on.
It's like I was saying to Jordan yesterday, is that I normally split the year into, like every 3 months, and I have goals for that I will do every 3 months. So that by the time I get to December, I should have completed a lot of things because I've broken everything down. So what I set out to do for in January, I think I've even added more, not even realizing it. So I think, yeah.
100%.
So where
Okay.
are you as individuals? What you set out, or your goals that you had, your targets you had from January, have you got on with those?
And if anyone is on, the Insta or the TikTok, feel free to, type in the comments, what you've seen so far, how's it been going, and that's whether you feel like you're on track, whether you've exceeded your expectations, or even if you feel like you've regressed, for example, like you've gone backwards. We want to hear from you.
But even if you have gone backwards, do not beat yourself up.
That's right.
Because as long as you are alive, you can still go forward.
That's right.
And we're just here to encourage you that instead of waiting until December the 31st or the 1st of January, why don't we start from now? So you're in the motions. We don't have to wait, I'm going to start the gym, when January comes. No, let's start it now. If you want to do that course, they're still enrolling in college and uni right now. You could probably still get onto the course. There's online training. There's different avenues. You don't have to wait until January.
That's right. And we want to, also...
Do you make goals as well? Because you know what, Jordan? We're assuming everybody does make goals when it's the 31st of December, the 1st of January. We're assuming because we do. But how do you know everybody does? And that's when I think that if you don't have particular goals, then you could end up falling into living a life where it's aimless because you're not having things to strive for, fulfilling your purpose.
It's very, very serious. And even if we were to review, September 2022 up until September 2023, Larry,
That's a year.
that is a year, it's 12 months, it's a 365,
I was just wondering if you're shaded crazy last year. Are you that now? You must have grown out of it.
Are you still a shade of crazy? Hilarious. You know, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny. You know, sometimes I really try to hold the hystericals down. You know, I tried because if I start laughing, it will be so loud. But yeah, you know, just yeah, I'm gonna keep it PG. Gonna keep it, you know, appropriate for the kids. My little sister's in here, you know. Janaya, big up yourself. My little sister lives in Manchester.
Oh, hello, Janaya.
Yeah.
Little sis.
Yeah, it's my little sister. She lives in Manchester. So yeah, love you loads. And I hope you had a great day at school today.
Good.
And big up Janaya Sedway, because Janaya has always been a person who has just had a mind of her own and not to just conform to what's going on, you know, with those around her. Janaya used to like buy sweets and stuff like that in primary school and sell them and stuff like that.
Businesswoman already.
Yeah. So she just said, you know what, I think I'll do this, you know, and then get on with it. And, you know, she's an amazing sports, you know, young lady. Good. And she gets on with her sports and she's doing a lot of extra curricular activities. And even, you know, Janaya's mum, Gillian, on a big up Gillian as well. Real visionary, you know. Real visionary.
And I think that's what we need, you know.
Yeah.
Jordan. We need to be around more people who have a vision. I think we need a bit more role models around us.
Yes.
It's just like what Jenny was saying, that if you're going to speak to someone who's probably gone through it. You know, I'm not saying if you haven't gone through, you don't have a right to encourage. Of course you can. Yeah. But we need more of that. Yeah. Someone who's done it. Like, for example, as a young person, if you're wanting to buy a property, there's people that we know in the community that can say to you, well, you don't have to go into your own personal business. Well, have you thought about speaking to a mortgage advisor? Oh, this is what you might need to think about before you go in. You know, just giving you that advice, that
100%,
mentor.
100%.
That's what we need.
100%. And that is, for me, is what Gillian is. Gillian is my mentor in that regard there, you know, in terms of like, Jordan, look in this direction or look in that direction, you know, and she has been absolutely amazing and so encouraging, you know, and I couldn't ask for a better mum for my little sisters, you know, because she is absolutely amazing. And this is what we need, like you said, more people with vision, you know, who can direct. Gillian is helping, you know, to raise fine young people who are going to be our future. Do you know what I mean? Because they're the future. Do you know what I mean? So it's the morals and the standards and let me go back to the word standards. You know, high standards. Because
I think that's what we need to
that's
bring
what we
back
need.
in
We
again.
need to bring back
the
in
high standards.
High standards.
Yeah.
We need to bring in some more high standards. You know what I mean? It's very crucial, you know, because it's not always praised these days. You know, nowadays we're living in a society of anything goes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's very, very good when we've got high standards, you know. But to touch on quickly what changes, you know, have been made in the last 12 months, for example, I'll share some personal ones for myself just to encourage the people, because I'm human. I don't even like the term human. You know, I'm a living being. I'm a living being. I'm a living being. That's what I'll say. I'm a living being. I am a living being and I'm subject to change. And I pray that I change for the better. Glory. Now, if I look at like what happened from September last year to now, my gosh, I could document every single month, because I remember what happened in September last year. I remember what happened in October, November. I remember it all, But I can actually say, that there's been elements of growth within each month. I'm not saying that I'm where I want to be yet. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is I can look at some of the small wins so far or the lessons, yeah, and gain the wisdom from the lessons.
But
Yeah.
that is just as powerful though.
Yeah.
Of the wisdom, because you see, if you don't have the wisdom, the knowledge and the understanding, then where you're going to, if you don't have that, you're not gonna survive.
No.
You're gonna
You won't have the
abuse it.
minerals. You won't have the
Yeah.
minerals for it. You won't have the right properties. Do you know what I mean? You definitely won't have the preservatives to keep you there, for argument's sake. You know. But in terms of like the growth, yeah, I'm gonna be 100 with you lot, yeah. I could make an excuse, for example, about why I didn't do this or why I didn't do that, yeah, and giving a nice explanation. I hope that should be good enough for the listeners' ears as to why I didn't do this or didn't do that. But even if we look at evening talks, for argument's sake, yeah, as I've mentioned before, we started evening talks at the worst part of my life, yeah, on a practical, yeah, because I was not in the best frame of,
And
yeah.
plus, Jordan didn't even know he was going to be on evening talks. Just saying.
Just saying, yeah, I didn't know, yeah. That is a story that Marie and I always go over, just to remind ourselves of how organic evening talks began, yeah. And even Marie, even if you look at it as well, at the time when before we started evening talks and coming to the studio and doing the shows, Marie was on my case saying, Jordan, where's this? Where's that? You said you're going to do this. How come this isn't? Do you know what I mean? And
I remember I said, like, my phone hasn't rang. There's no event going on. What's going on?
Yeah. And Marie was on my case. Okay. Yeah. But do you know what? It was good. Yeah. And what happened was evening talks came about, thank God. And it started to make me build a resilience to say, don't make excuses. You still show up to work. Don't make excuses. You still show up to work.
Be
and as
consistent.
I said, Marie, I'm going to be frank with you. At that time, yeah, when we had to do evening talks, yeah, together, if it were just going to be me doing it by myself, I wouldn't have been consistent. It's because of you why I've been able to be consistent. Because
But that's
we're
where
doing
we have
it
accountability for each
Exactly.
other. And I think that's
Exactly.
something that we should have in our circles, is that someone that we can be accountable to, that can say, remember,
Yeah.
you've got A or B to do.
Precisely. And to be honest, because I was going through the worst time of my life at that time when we started evening talks, I thought, you know what? It's only 2 hours out of the week. Might as well just go and do it. Yeah? Because though, everything else was going on, it was very chaotic, outside of that, I thought, you know what? Still go. Yeah? Still go, still try.
And before we done a lot of our shows, before we, well, not we per se, because I was aware of what Jordan was going through. The things he's done throughout that day before we got to the show, and what we execute for you guys to be encouraged and empowered, you would never believe.
Yeah. You got to call
never
a spade a
believe.
spade.
Yeah.
You got to call a spade a spade.
How Jordan's, not even just day was that day, but the week had been.
Yeah. Bananas, mate. Bananas. Absolutely crazy. Like, I was in the hospital with family. I was
Up early.
up early in the
Yes.
morning. I was going to bed late. I basically just had an eating disorder. Like, you know what I mean? Everything was crazy, and, it was a very taxing time, with the family and stuff like that, and you know, I had to be operating in autopilot. Do you know what I mean? Whilst trying to remain strong for those around in, as I said, the worst situation. Do you know what I mean? And I've learned, yeah, if we're talking about progress, yeah, know what changes have been made since September 2022 to September 2023, yeah. I've learned, yeah, that we still have a capacity to operate in excellence or somewhat of, you know, a standard of excellence whilst all hell's breaking loose if we don't drop the ball. Because I've had times beforehand, you know, where all hell's breaking loose and I've dropped the ball because all hell's breaking loose. But to remain steadfast and consistent and applied, yeah, switched on, yeah, at a time when all hell's breaking loose is a skill.
It is.
It's a skill.
But at the same time, where hell is all breaking loose and you're being consistent on maybe that 1 or 2 tasks, that actually is where you go, you're better.
Yeah.
Because that's where your outlet is now.
That's where
the outlet is.
Do you know what I mean? That's where you can breathe, you know? So I'll use that for an example as, you know, a certain amount of growth. Even like certain like personal things, like, you know, like my views or my perspectives, you know, on certain things. Okay, let me give you another thing. I beforehand, yeah, would know, like say September last year, I would know that something doesn't make a lot of sense. Like it might make maybe 50% sense or 40% sense, yeah? But I would be like, you know what? I think I'm still going to bust it, you know, because it kind of makes sense. But it doesn't make whole sense, yeah? What I've done since then is had to be like, you know what? Let me listen to wise counsel. And the wise counsel have said this don't make sense. You know, in Jamaica, you got parish council, yeah. So it's like in Lambeth, you got Lambeth Council, yeah, Croydon Council, or whatever. You have parish council, yeah, over there, yeah, and they all got their, you know, ways of doing things and whatnot, and rules and regulations that people must conform to. Yeah, cool. And I used to be quite radical. Yeah, I used to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna just chuck a quick $2,000 in that. I'm gonna chuck a little $1,000 in that, or chuck a little 5 bills in that, or whatever. For example, but it may not make entire sense at the time. The move might make the sense, yeah. But let's say, for example, maybe my finances, what I'm working with, it doesn't make entire sense to invest in that right now. But I'd still do it beforehand because I'd be like, yeah, well, because if it works, then, you know, whatever. But now I've had to be a bit more cautious to be like, you know what? That don't make sense right now for me to invest this amount of funds right now into that project. I can do it though, but it don't make sense to do it now. So like that's come with like maturity, for example. And since I've had that perspective, yeah, like I've been able to pull off more things than I thought I was able to with less to work with. Do you know what I mean? When I had more to work with, for example, I achieved less. But then I've had less to work with, but then achieve more.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's something that I can say to the people. I've seen that change with me, for example, where you have to decide what makes sense at what point. Do you know what I mean? So that
what makes sense to
you. Yeah.
To you.
Yeah. That's right.
To you.
So there's a lot of things that we got to kind of, you know, add up because we're looking at where are you now? Yeah. Where are you on paper? Yeah. We're not talking about Instagram. Yeah. Because you got how many likes and this clip went viral.
Instagram's
And
not paper,
Instagram is
It's
not
technology.
paper. Yeah. We're not talking about where you are in the meta. Yeah. We're talking about where you are on paper. Yeah. Where are you
Official
on paper?
documents.
Yeah. Because we gotta ask ourselves as well, what excuses do we have? Yeah. No, Marie, what excuses do we have? Like, even the young man, like you were telling me about there, that works, you know.
Yeah.
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 What you asked, the man's doing exceptional, and you asked him,
I
what's
was
his,
blown away.
you asked him, what's his social media? What did he say?
I was telling him about the show. And I said, oh, do you have social media? He goes, no, I don't have those. It's a distraction.
Yeah.
I went quiet because he is a young guy. He's a young guy. However, he's doing really well. If I was his mum, I'll be chuffed.
Yeah.
He's just focused.
Focused.
He has a team. And I said, and you're so young? Yes.
Yeah. He's not taking no for an answer.
Yeah.
He's not taking no for an answer. He's calling.
He's seen an opportunity.
Yeah, come on.
And
He's
he's
calling a
making
spade,
the
man.
mess.
Yeah.
He's making the best of that situation.
100%.
He's not seeing it as, okay, I do this, every now and again. He said, no, I'm going to build. And that's what he's doing.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. Do you know what? The other day I was at work, yeah, and I was feeling tired. Oh my gosh, I was just like, oh, this is long now. I'm tired, yeah. And then I see these two cyclists, yeah, and then they were like just smiling, like happy, and they were like literally high-fiving and hugging each other, like. So I was like, oh. Like, you know what I mean? Because they stopped right where I was, yeah. And then I see them taking some selfies like of each other, yeah. You see that these guys are best friends, yeah. And then they're like, oh, sorry to bother you, like, would you be able to take a picture of us? So I was like, yeah, cool, no problem, whatever. Boom, taking a picture, whatever. Bearing in mind, I'm in South London, yeah. Like, I'm in Southeast London, yeah, at the time. And then I was like, oh, how far did you guys cycle from? Cambridge! I said, you cycled from Cambridge?
Saying that, I went to the park when it was a few years ago, and this guy, he was coming from far, and he was in Dulwich Park. I said, he was coming far. He said he rode down. I said, how are you going to get back?
Yeah.
He was just sitting down, just relaxing.
Yeah.
And then he's going to ride back. I was like, okay.
Yeah. These two brothers said that they're from Cambridge. Sorry, they rode down from Cambridge, yeah? And they rode all the way down to a Gypsy Hill, yeah? So I said, real. Yeah, I said, this is serious.
And they wasn't giving up.
No. And then I saw one of them had a vest on, yeah, that said Cambridge University. So I was like, oh, like, you guys go Cambridge? And he was like, oh yeah, I do, but and the other one was like, oh, I've just graduated. So I was like, wonderful. So what did you graduate in? He said, philosophy. I said, excellent. I said, I used to read philosophy at A-level, and he goes, wow. I said, yeah, a few people said that I should have gone on to do it, for a degree. And he was just like, bro, you don't know what you're missing, man. You just don't know what opportunities you're missing. It's amazing. And then when he said it, yeah, I was listening to the young man, and I thought, you know what? Big him up. Yeah? Big him up. Because after reading philosophy at Cambridge University, them assignments that he had to do weren't easy. Maybe cycling from Cambridge to London was easier. Yeah? Yeah! Because he just saying, like, it's a mindset. Do you know I weren't tired after that? Yeah, because I was exhausted, tired, huffing and puffing. Yeah, like, oh, yeah.
Because mentally, it was a stimulating conversation.
Oh, come on.
It made you think.
Come on.
Food for thought.
Come on. Big up the young man there that, you know what I mean? Both of them come down from Cambridge. You know what I mean? I said, yeah. They're not mucking about. You know what I mean? And they were trying to do it fast. They were trying to do it in a certain time.
And they was meeting that time.
They got there. They got there before the time they expected. That's why they were so happy and high-fiving each other. Because they got there in the time quicker than they had anticipated. Do you know what I mean? And it's just that brotherly bond that they had as well. Like, they're motivating each other. I'm sure when one was tired, the other one was telling him, come on, let's go. When we still got, such and such a miles left. Do you know what I mean? And they just kept pedaling. So we want to encourage everyone to just keep pedaling. Yeah,
Don't
keep
give up.
pedaling. Don't give up. You know what I mean?
And remember your time span and how you do things is what is realistic to you. For example, what I'm working on, it might be shorter than the time span that Jordan is working on his project. But we're not comparing right now. Work what is comfortable for you to do. Just make sure that you don't give up and you start achieving.
100%. And we need to declutter our mind as well, because a lot of the time we're not reaching our
Full potential.
because the mind's too congested.
Yeah.
Got too many things going on within the mind. Mind is too congested and stuff like that.
And it's like what you take in. Do you know, Jordan, I think it's for a little while now, I stopped watching a lot of like reality programs. So I can't tell you what is going on, because the more I used to watch them, because like when just relaxing is coming, just let me just put something on. The more I was watching these programs, it began to upset my spirit, because I'm like, how is this productive? All you guys are doing is competing with each other. You're arguing with each other. I couldn't see how this was helping me. So I had to switch it off. Now, I'm not knocking anybody who watches things like that. No, please, that's not what I'm saying. But for me, because I'm focused on that, I've got my kids. There's a purpose I need to fulfill. I can't afford to have anything that's going to become a distraction. So there's things that I've cut out. I went for a period where I never used to watch TV. I never used to watch TV. Because I used to go to work, come in, and by the time I've come in, I've probably was tired, had something to eat, gone to my bed, and I'm up again. I wouldn't watch TV because it was too much. It was too much when I'm trying to be focused and work, and I'm always thinking of going ahead, doing this, doing that, and when I shut things off, I became more creative in my thoughts and my ideas, and
That's deep.
yeah.
That's deep.
So I cut certain things off, and even now I do watch TV now, but it's in small doses. But I watch a lot of like documentaries and things which is edifying.
Edifying. That's what I was gonna say. Edifying stuff.
Yeah, I watch a lot of those. My son would tell you about the algorithm. On my tablets, and
You say that you watching the same kind of things, yeah?
yeah, yeah. But it's, as I said, it's because it's the mind. I like to look, when I watch something, I'm like, so what was you thinking when that went into your mind? Or what's going on?
That is
the
funny.
Mindset.
You know what? It's about well-being, all at large when we're talking about decluttering, our mind. And I want to say a big special shout out to Chef Ricardo, who
Yes, Chef
just
Ricardo.
said, good work. Yeah. So yes, Chef, we're still on the case. We're still campaigning for the cleaner mind and the cleaner gut.
Definitely.
Because we know that once we eat cleaner, that we can our bodies are functioning cleaner, more healthier. You know what I mean? Gonna probably have a better sleeping pattern, for argument's sake. You know what I mean?
And saying
regulate
that, Jordan,
better.
Since we're in September now, remember I saying to you, Jordan, I've got myself back into a new routine, especially kids gone back to school. And even with my sleeping patterns, you know this, Jordan, anyway, it's even got better.
Yeah.
So it's like my week now consists that there's a particular day where myself and Jordan will have a catch up for our show. But the other times, it's like, I'm even on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm designating time for things now. I need to feed my mind.
100%.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
And I've noticed within myself, I'm feeling a bit lighter. I'm not on the phone, if I don't need to be, because I'm very careful. I don't want to hear. Yeah, I can't do that all the time. Yeah,
that's what it sounds like sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to just cut it out just to work on yourself.
Yeah. You have to declutter the mind. And the text, he got jokes
From one tone.
himself. But yeah, in terms of I'll give you an example. One of my family members asked me if I can give him a hand with like moving some cardboard boxes and stuff like that, So went over to the gaff, with another trusted family member, We helped him, just shuffle 3 things around, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Anyway, when I helped him, empty a few things and, chuck a few things in the, chute and bins and whatever. When I got home, I thought, heck, I think I could move a few cardboard boxes. You know what I mean?
You was motivated.
Yeah, I was motivated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you might help a person do something that you need to do too. Because on my way there, I thought, oh,
Puts you in that mindset.
yeah, because I thought, oh gosh, I'm going to go help him, move some cardboard boxes. I got cardboard boxes to move. Yeah. But then you know what? When I went and moved his cardboard boxes, I came back and started moving my cardboard boxes. Yeah. Because it just gets you in the rhythm of the decluttering, and you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Certain things you're like, oh, I still need it because it's dash right that. If you don't need it, dash
Throw it away.
Yeah, if you don't need it, just throw
Donate it if
it.
necessary.
Yeah, just throw it away if you
Yeah.
don't need it. Do you know what I mean? Because you want clarity, you want to be able to think, and
Yeah.
you
You
want
need
to
that
assist
space.
yourself. You need the space, you need
Yeah.
the headspace, you need the clarity. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You need the
And do
tranquility.
you know what I think is also good as well? Because as I was saying to you about, because I was decluttering as well this week as well. I've been doing a lot this week. But I've been noticing where I've been going to my bed slightly earlier because I need my sleep. I've been waking up slightly earlier. But you see, for the first... So I would get up, say, around like 4:35. My body just wakes me up. And I spend between, say, 5 till 7. That is that time where the house is quiet, it's still. For me, I will pray and read my Bible, but I think that part of the morning is so important because that's when you be like, this is how my day's going to be productive. My day's going to be focused. It gives you time not to be rushing, but at a more calmer pace. Just to kind of get focus
100%.
on your day ahead. Okay, I'm going to do this task today. I'm going to do that because you've got up early to structure things mentally to proceed through that day.
100%.
You know, like some people say that you're going to command the day. Me, I just like to say, God, you know what? This is your day. Thank you for waking me up. Let your will be done through me today. And I notice the more I do that, that's why I'm always smiling, and because I don't feel the heaviness anymore. Because I've been putting God first in my day.
That's a big rhythm,
Yeah.
Been putting God first in my day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seek ye first.
And it's like years ago, I used to set my alarm to wake me up. Now, I just wake up. So I'm like, yep, I'm not even turning over. No, let's get up. And I've realised even though I'm up from early, I might finish work, say, around like 4. Once I go out and everything like that. And I don't actually feel like drained like that. You're all right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's big, man. That's big. So, how long, again, Mary, has it been that you've been having that opportunity to have the quiet time in the morning, first thing in the day?
Do you know, I used to do it, I've been doing it for a little while now. But it's like sometimes, I think, during the summertime, I think the way I was working, I wasn't always getting up on time, but I've got myself back into it. But I've been doing it for a good couple of years now. And I've noticed that when I spend that time and I will pray, I read the word, because that's what I'm meditating on now.
Yes.
It's the word. And then I say, God, take full control today. And it's like I'm covering my children,
Amen.
those who are close to me,
Amen.
friends and family. And it's like I'm cancelling, I'm binding things. No, devil, you will not. You will not.
Hell, glory.
Rule this day. Go sit down. God, let your will be done. And it's like I've noticed this. You just feel the shift.
100%.
Feel the shift.
Because it's deliberate, innit?
Yeah.
It's deliberate.
And I'm
It's
praying,
intentional.
and it's like, as I'm sitting there, I'm just reading, I'm giving God thanks, and whatever I'm led to pray about, I'm praying. And I'm not like, God, please. No, I'm binding, cancelling, destroying.
Uprooting.
Because there's things that needs to be
Uplifting.
cancelled now and uprooted.
Hell, glory.
Yeah. So I've got back into that habit now.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, that's my
powerful.
thing.
That's powerful.
That's my thing.
And that sets the tone for your day.
Yeah. So when I go to him, like, oh, good morning. They're like, you're always happy. Yeah, whatever. I started my day right. That's why.
Yeah, that's it. just as you said about starting the day by spending time with God, this scripture has come to me, Matthew 6 and verse 33.
Hold on, Jordan, are you holding the phone close to your eyes as well?
Nah.
I just saw it keep on coming closer.
I know my eyes are small, but I can see. Yo. Alright, that is funny. Do you know what I've said, Marie, before? A lot of people don't think that I can see far because my eyes don't open very wide, I said, yo, my eyes might be small, guys, but I can see. Yeah, I can see. I do need to get some glasses again, though, but hey.
Yeah, like...
But I can see, thank God. You know what I mean? I can see. But
I need some
speaking
new
of
ones.
seeing, we're talking of seeking now. Yeah, it says, this is Matthew 6 and verse 33. It says, "But seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all things shall be added to you." This scripture, I think, is forgotten so much by the believers because it's quite clear. Yeah, it's a clear instruction. Yeah, for people like myself, hands in the air, who have been overthinking, who have been hesitating, who have been, making loads and loads of plans. Yeah, and all of this kind of stuff, and it's just, working or it's not working or whatever, or I feel like I'm a bit behind schedule at the moment, and I'm asking myself, Jordan, where are you on paper? Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, it's deep, but we also have to ask ourselves, like, where are we with God? Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And that's one of the things when I'm praying and say, God, you know what, I want to be pleasing in your sight. I want my heart to be right with you. I want to be a better woman, mother, etc. than I was yesterday, a few hours ago. I'm striving for better. But I realize that no matter if I go and invest in myself, like going to do courses or whatsoever, I know personally, if I don't seek the one who created me, that's where my main source of help comes from. And that's why it's very vital and important for me to always, in everything, put him first. Because I know he will connect me and lead me to what is necessary for where I need to go right now. For my growth, my development to be decluttered, etc.
100%. And I am saying it like with a perspective of, it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We all need prayer.
We all need prayer. I need prayer, I need prayer.
Need
I need prayer. Yeah. And we are
not
standing...
one of us is perfect.
No.
So we always, and when someone says to you, oh, Jordan, I pray for you. Listen, if someone says to you, please pray for me, do not take that as a joke. Don't be like, yeah, I pray for you. No, there's power in prayer.
Come on.
Even if the person don't disclose, you cover them. Ask God to do what is necessary in their life because he knows everything about them. Don't take it for a joke when someone says, like, pray for me. They need it. We all need it.
100%.
We all need it. You don't know the secret battle that as individuals we are going through. Just because people won't always tell you, we are, as people, are battling. So let's not take that word, oh, I pray for you, as a joke. If someone says to you, pray for me, please, when you go into your secret place, pray for them.
100%. It's not even a game. It's not even a game. And this is the truth. We're here on this earth as a temporary measure. Yeah, it's temporary. Yeah, like none of us live forever on this earth. Do you know what I mean? But if we're gonna start looking at like eternity, yeah, then we gotta start looking at where we wanna go when we pass. Yeah, and while we're here, we want to get it right, don't we? But it's so deep, yeah, because...
And please don't take it as a fairy tale. Oh, when you have your time, do the necessary research you need to do about what happens when you pass away. It's not a joke. You know, we're not just here yes, you can enjoy life, but there's another side to us that a lot of us, and even at time I'm guilty of neglecting, is our spiritual side.
100%.
A lot of us are walking around spiritually dead. That's why some of us do not know how to tap into our purpose. Now, I went through this until I said something's not right. And then I decided to draw close to one who created me.
Amen to that.
And I had to, as just like when we say renew your mind, this is something I had to keep on doing. Sometimes I do slack because I'm not perfect, but I need to keep on renewing my relationship, continue to seek him. And I'm not seeking things about, do you know what, God, I need 10 grand today and I need this big car. Listen, I'm not really praying for the material things, because if my heart, my spirit is not right with him, then nothing doesn't make sense. If anything, I always pray for the spirit of discernment, knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Because if I've got those things, I'm always going to be rich. In every aspect.
100%. 100%.
And then I've got knowledge to pass on to my children, other individuals, whether grown or maturing, whatsoever, whoever you are. I'm passing on knowledge where they can be powerful as well.
Facts. It's so deep. It's so deep, because this is when we was talking earlier about the scripture in Romans, about, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. We know that the world has got so many crazy things going on in it right now as we speak. Hungary. And there's only so much that we can, be around without being contaminated.
And it's getting worse.
It's harder.
Of what
it's
is
darker.
This is why sometimes
worse.
I've just got to shut off.
It's getting
it's
worse.
Too much.
They're trying to mash up the youth them in the schools.
They're
trying to do everything to just be difficult. And a lot of people can see what direction things are going. And it's not a desirable destination where it's going. What the banks are doing, they're trying to get rid of cash now. You can see a lot.
Are we paying attention to this?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. There's so much that is going on around us that we really need to be paying attention, because sometimes when certain big events happen and they use it as a distraction, there's something else going on. Are we awake? We would like to say, I'm woke. Listen. It's not even a joke. Don't even be like, I'm woke, I know about my Black history. Okay, that's excellent. I'm happy for you, But there's other things that this is not even about race. This is about us as people that we need to be aware. You need to know things for yourself. That's why I say sometimes when I'm at home, I don't watch TV. Like, I don't watch normal TV. I'm watching documentaries. I listen to other people who've done research, and I'll do my own research because I like research. I like, as I said, the mind. I like information. So I'm looking into things as well. So, I'm not saying you can't watch things. Of course you can, but make a balance. There's a lot going on.
100%. 100%.
And a lot of it, remember, we are physical, but there's a spiritual side of us that we need to nurture. When someone says, I feel something, I have spirit, I tell you something.
Come on.
I just feel good. Your spirit. I don't feel right. Your spirit's
Tell
telling
them,
you that.
Tell them.
So we need to nurture. You look after yourself. You go gym, you go get your hair done, you get your nails done. Look after your spirit, man.
100%. And it will fall into line. And it's funny. It's nuts. It's like, this is the most important part that we're doing at the very end of the show. But maybe God knows, God knows why. You know what I mean? But it is like, this is the most important part that you get at the end, because we've had a discussion. You know what I mean? We've spoken about Jenny spoke about the courses and, investing in yourself and, all of these kind of things, not seeking validation from people and all of these kind of stuff. But really, the only validation that matters is the validation from God. That is the only validation that matters. Okay. Yeah. And it's very deep because as I'm saying it, I'm thinking about my own life and I'm thinking about where are you in the spirit, Just Jordan Poetry, and also, where are you on paper? And if you are not where you want to be on paper, well, maybe you need to look back at Matthew 6 and verse 33. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. That could be anything. All the stuff that say I'm looking for, God can give at the click of a finger. Yeah. But he gave an order for the rhythm track. Yeah, because God is a God of order.
But you can't just seek him because you be like, listen, remember, God knows your heart. Man might think, oh, you're genuine and you know your heart's not. God knows your heart. He knows your mindset. He knows your motive. He knows everything. So when I go and pray, I said, God, I'm not going to lie. I'm just being real with Gina because you know my heart anyway. You know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking.
I know I was wrong. I'm just being real.
Yeah,
but I need your help. Because I'm in a sinful nature. It doesn't make sense you go to God and you hide because he knows. He knows. He knows. Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, no, God knows.
Everything.
God knows. Yeah, God knows.
Our last scripture before we close.
Yeah, I was just trying to catch it. It says Jeremiah 17 verse 9, yeah? Heck, Larry. It says the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Yeah? So that means, like when you get them sayings, them Jamaican sayings, you can shake a man hand, but you not shake him heart. Yeah? It's very true. Yeah? You can shake a man's hand and not shake a man's heart. Yeah? Do you know how many hands I've shaken over the years, Marie? And I heard that they've been chatting about me behind my back.
Oh, Lord.
Okay? Yeah? But they're still watching my Instagram story. Unfollow me, blood. Yeah?
Them are dirty.
Unfollow me, but you're still watching. Yeah? But you can see it's something within me that they're still looking for. Yeah? But it's the evil in their heart that they're on the battlefield with. Yeah?
Well, they need to go to God.
Yeah.
There's that Remain Virgo song, Dirty Heart Can't Wash with Soap. You need to go to God, ask him to cleanse and purify your heart.
Yeah.
Because that soap, very liquid, kicks up, not gonna work.
It's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. But I'm gonna go on to the next verse because the next verse is bad as well, yeah? So verse 9, Jeremiah 17 verse 9, yeah? It says, the heart is deceitful above all things. Do you know how mad that is? It's saying the heart is deceitful above all things. So you might think, oh yeah, well, that guy is evil because he's a this or he's a that. No, but it's what's in his heart. Yeah? So his heart is deceitful above all things. Yeah? It says, and desperately wicked. Yeah? That is deep. Yeah? That your heart can just do some mad stuff. You could just end up doing some crazy stuff. And you'll be like, why does man do that? Like, why is he shading crazy? Because it's in his heart. Yeah? Because you need to
repent.
You need to repent.
Turn.
You need to turn away from his wicked ways. Yeah? I remember,
and it can be done, so don't ever think
it can be done.
Yeah, you can, but as I said, it's a renewing of your mind. You have to want to.
Yeah.
Popcorn's
got a big tune, yeah. Saying like you can't just idle. You need to put your hands to the plow, basically. Yeah, you need to be busy. You need to do certain things. I'm gonna listen to the tune still. You know what I mean? He's saying like some people don't want to work and they don't want to do none of this stuff. Yeah, but they want it basically to all fall out the sky, basically. Yeah, and it goes, wash out on the heart too nasty. Yeah, so out there loving. Yeah, but You know what's funny? Yeah, he's telling them to do that, like go wash out your heart, whatever. But it's entertainment. But the real way for them to wash out their heart is to repent before God. That's the only way that it's gonna actually work. Because you know what I mean. That's what
You
they
might
need
have
to do.
really add some fasting with that as well. Do you know? I think we all need to add some fasting in our life. You can survive on water.
Yeah,
you know.
say, God,
You
you
don't
know
need
what?
those 3 meals every day.
I need help. Yeah, I need help because right now it ain't working out. Yeah, so I need help. So it says the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. Yeah. In some other translations, it says, I test the heart and I examine the mind. Yeah. So God is saying, who can know the heart? He's saying, like, he can know it. But he's saying, I test people's heart and I test their mind. Yeah. And it says, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. So God will give you what you deserve according to your heart as well. Mad. So when we look at where we are on paper,
let's look at ourselves spiritually as well.
It's deep.
It's not even a joke, you know.
It's deep.
And it's like
God help us all, man. God help us all.
You know,
man.
it's not just fair to say, well, I go to church on Sunday. Yeah, you can be warming bench, but what's the heart saying? What's the mind saying? Are you loving your neighbor like you love yourself? And I don't mean Mary or Jane next door to you.
Yeah.
Let's get our spirit right as well.
Yeah. No, it's humbling, man. It's humbling. I've got a lot of work to do.
We all have.
Yeah,
we all have.
Got a lot of work to do. Yeah. But yeah,
this
one has been deep still.
It's been so empowering that, I don't know, we've gone over scheduled time.
Yeah.
However, it's been fantastic to be back this week, myself and Jordan.
Fact.
And I hope we have given you food for thought to think about. This is an individual thing, and we're just here to encourage you. As you look at where you are now, physically, also, which was something we didn't even plan, have a look at where you are spiritually as well. Where are you going spiritually as well? Because you don't want to be roaming aimlessly spiritually either as well, because that's very dangerous. You don't know which demon you could pick up. So let's look after our spirit man as well. But until next week, we just want to say thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your comments, your likes, your hearts, your champagnes, your roses. Thank you so much. So have a blessed weekend, and we'll see you next week on Evening Talks with Just Jordan and Marie. Stay blessed. Take care. Bye.
Salute. Yeah, the mic's on. Marie, are you ready?
Hey, Jordan. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I don't know if they're ready, though.
Well, let's see.